The President's Diversity Award presented by President Dixel Last and Colorado College, and will be presented with the Citizens Project Divine Award on February 2nd. Congratulations. And that's for her contributions. And that's for her contributions to the civic life of our community. So she's really making a difference here. Rosemary is married to business person Frank Lytle and is proud to be the mother of a Colorado College class of 2010 graduate Courtney Rose. Isn't that a great name, Courtney Rose? So if you're going to be having a kid, Courtney Rose is a great name, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Rosemary Harris-Lytle.
Workshop of America. Good morning. Good morning. I love this room this morning. This room is beautiful. I bring you greetings on this 26th annual Martin Luther King Jr. federal holiday. I bring you greetings from the Colorado Springs branch of NAACP, which has worked for almost a century in this community to ensure the political, educational, social, and economic equality of rights for all people. And I bring you greetings from the American Civil Liberties Union of Colorado, which is proud to be celebrating 60 years of protecting, defending, and expanding civil rights and civil liberties in our state. As I look at this great room, as I look at your faces, and I feel the spirit that's been in this room, and as I feel your spirits, I know that I am encouraged, and I believe that Dr. King would be proud. As I looked at the choir, and our MC said it, this choir looked like what America should look like. People together, working together, united. And for those who believe, I think it looks like what, dare I say, heaven will look like. Us together, together, together. If you feel like you want to say amen, or if you feel like you want to applaud, or if you feel like you want to stand up and stomp your feet, whatever you feel that you want to do today, let's make ourselves at home. Let's make ourselves at home on this King Day. So I want to do it like the Baptist ministers do it. I know that there's some Baptist ministers in the room. Reverend Samantha Jackson is right behind me. So turn to your neighbor, and say to your neighbor, we're a tapestry. We're a tapestry. We're a tapestry. And we're standing for justice. And we're standing for justice. That's why we're here today. Yes, that is why we're here today. We are here today to stand for justice. I want to stop just for a moment and take this opportunity to thank the All People's Breakfast Committee and to thank our dear friend, Reverend Dr. Ella Johnson-Fay, and each member of the committee, and Steve Saint for having the idea in the first place, and thank the students who've been our support, and the staff who helped enlarge our efforts. And I want to tell you that I was a rather reluctant speaker. I was a reluctant speaker. You were there last night. I thought last night was really going to be enough. I really did. And I was a reluctant speaker, but as we come here today, as we come here, this tapestry, as we come here, people who are standing together, I'm really thankful that I reluctantly said yes. This is a beautiful, beautiful gathering today, and it does do justice. But more importantly, I believe that what will happen in this room today will advance Dr. King's ideas, and also it will help us move forward on two of the most important issues facing our state and facing our nation. And that is ending mass incarceration and abolishing the death penalty. Ending mass incarceration and abolishing the death penalty. Now we know that America, after all these years, is still wrestling with King's ideas, and even with King himself. We're still wrestling with King the man, with King the leader. And I remember being, as it was mentioned, a Gazette writer, and traveling in the South and seeing in a southern city, I don't remember which one it was, a sign on a Martin Luther King Day weekend that said, Martin Luther King Day White Sale. Martin Luther King Day White Sale. And I couldn't wait to get back to my computer and write about it. And I know I was critical of it. I was very critical of it because it smacked of nothing but commercialism. And it was ironic that you would have a King Day White Sale. I mean, I don't think they thought about it. But as I think about what's happened in the years since, and the way the King holiday has been diminished, I'm happy when I see King's name or image anywhere. Really, we wait until we get right up to the weekend of the holiday before we say anything about King in this country. Let's just call it like it is. So when I saw that Kmart had added an image of King to its marketing materials for this weekend, this time I was happy. I was happy. I was like, attention Kmart shoppers, they've got King's picture on the poster. It was a wonderful, wonderful thing. So I'm going to say, attention activists, are you listening? And are you watching what's going on in this country? Today is a day where we must listen, and we must take action, and we must take a stand on what's going on in this country. Now, as we talk about mass incarceration, we ask, what does that really mean? And let me break it down for you by the numbers, courtesy of the ACLU's National Prison Project. The United States is the richest country in the world. The richest country in the world. It has 5% of the world's population, but it has 25% of the world's prison population. 5% of the population, 25% of the world's prison population. There's something wrong with that. Somebody needs to take a stand. We have over 2.3 million people behind bars. More people behind bars in this country than in any other industrialized nation on the globe. 1 in 100 adults is locked up in the United States. 1 in 31 adults is under some form of correctional supervision. That's prison, correctional supervision. Jail, correctional supervision. Probation, correctional supervision. Parole, correctional supervision. If you ask me, if there's anything that needs correcting, it's the American criminal justice system. And don't believe the lie that there's anything race-neutral or post-racial or colorblind about what we're talking about here. Let me tell you what we're talking about here. If you lined up 9 young black men, one of them would be behind bars. One of them would be standing with bars in front of them. In some cities, it's 1 in 3. Can you imagine 1 in 3 young black men under some form of correctional control. Now, more than 60% of the people in prison right now are members of racial or ethnic minorities, people of color. In some states, it's between 80 and 90%. 80 and 90% of the people behind bars in some states are color. Just imagine if 80 to 90% of this room just disappeared. What would happen to families? What would happen to communities? What would happen to this country?